Christmas Eve can be the quietest night of the year, or the loudest in your heart. For Jake Turner, a single dad from Minnesota, it was a night he just wanted to get through. Money was tight. Bills were stacked on the kitchen counter like a reminder of everything he didn't have. And his 6-year-old daughter, Lily, had only one Christmas wish: "I want Mommy to see my Christmas show." Jake didn't know how to tell her that Mommy wasn't coming. Not this Christmas. Not since the divorce. Not since the day everything fell apart. But sometimes life brings back the people we least expect, at the moment we least expect them. And that Christmas Eve, inside a crowded grocery store full of late-night shoppers, Jake turned around and froze. His ex-wife, Emma, was standing right behind him. And before he could say a single word, their daughter whispered 2 tiny words that changed everything. Before we begin, if you enjoy emotional, inspiring stories about kindness, family, and real-life lessons, make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment for us here on your channel name. Your support helps us keep bringing heartfelt stories to you. The storm had started earlier than usual that year. Heavy snow piled against the sidewalks, and wind rattled the windows of Jake's small apartment. He wrapped Lily in her warmest jacket and tucked her little curls under a red beanie. "Daddy, can we get hot chocolate too?" she asked as they stepped outside. Jake smiled even though he'd counted every dollar in his pocket twice. "Of course, sweetheart. It's Christmas Eve." Their breath turned to clouds as they walked down the block toward the grocery store. Cars hummed by with Christmas music playing through half-closed windows. Families hurried home with gifts, cookies, and bright plans. Jake felt a pinch of loneliness, but he squeezed Lily's hand tighter. She was his whole world. Inside the store, the warmth hit them immediately. Shoppers rushed from aisle to aisle, grabbing last-minute ingredients and stocking stuffers. A little boy cried over candy. A couple argued about which ham to buy. A teenager wore a Santa hat while stocking shelves, humming loudly to keep himself awake. Lily tugged on Jake's sleeve. "Daddy, can I pick the cookies?" "Sure," he said, pushing the cart forward. "Make it special." They walked past the dairy aisle when Jake felt a tap on his shoulder. "Excuse me," a voice said softly. "You dropped this." Jake turned. And his heart stopped. Emma. Her brown hair had grown longer. Her eyes looked tired but softer than he remembered. She held a small mitten, Lily's mitten, in her hand. For a moment, neither of them said anything. The noise of the store faded. It felt like the air froze between them. Jake swallowed. "Emma, what are you doing here?" I moved back last month," she said quietly. "I didn't know how to reach you." Her voice wavered, but Jake didn't let himself react. Too much had happened. Too many wounds sat between them, wrapped in silence. Lily peeked from behind the cart and her face lit up. "Mommy!" Her tiny voice broke the tension instantly. She rushed forward, arms wide open, and Emma dropped to her knees, hugging her tightly, tears already forming. Jake stood still, unsure whether to step closer or step away. It had been 2 years since Emma left. 2 years of shared custody that broke apart after she moved out of state. 2 years of unanswered calls, missed birthdays, and promises that faded like footprints in melting snow. And yet here she was. Lily held her mother's cheeks between her mittens. "Mommy, you came back." Emma kissed her forehead. "I missed you so much, baby." Jake felt something twist inside him, something between anger and relief. He cleared his throat. "We should finish shopping." Emma stood slowly, brushing off her coat. "Can I walk with you? Just for a minute?" Jake hesitated but nodded. Lily's smile made it impossible to say no. They moved through the aisles together, Lily swinging their hands like nothing had ever been broken. Jake and Emma exchanged awkward glances, unsure how to fill the silence. Finally Emma spoke. "How's she been?" Jake answered simply. "Good. She's strong." "And you?" she asked. Jake didn't look at her. "Doing my best." Emma nodded. "I know. They stopped in front of the hot chocolate shelves. Lily grabbed the small box with snowflakes on it. This one. Mommy, do you like hot chocolate? Emma laughed softly. I love hot chocolate. Lily beamed. Then you can come to our house. Daddy makes the best one. Jake's chest tightened. He opened his mouth, ready to gently correct her, ready to explain that things didn't work that way anymore. But before he could speak, Lily tugged Emma's hand and whispered the two words that brought tears to both their eyes. Come home. Those two words, so pure, so simple, hit harder than any memory. Emma covered her mouth, eyes filling instantly. Jake looked away as the weight of everything they'd been through pressed down on him. Mistakes, arguments, distance. None of it mattered to Lily. She just wanted her family together on Christmas Eve. But reality wasn't that simple. Jake knelt beside Lily. Sweetheart. Mommy has her own place now. But Christmas is supposed to be together, Lily said, her voice trembling. Emma knelt too. Baby, I want to see you. I want to be with you. I didn't know if Daddy wanted me around. Jake felt the sting of that sentence. He had been angry when she left. Angry when she stayed silent. Angry when he felt he wasn't enough. But looking at her now, he saw the exhaustion in her eyes. The regret. The hope. Maybe, Jake said quietly, we can start with hot chocolate. Emma looked up, surprised. Are you sure? Jake nodded slowly. For Lily. And they both knew that wasn't the only reason. Back at the apartment, Jake made hot chocolate while Emma sat with Lily at the kitchen table, helping her draw Christmas trees on scrap paper. Their laughter filled the room, soft, gentle, familiar. For the first time in 2 years, the house felt warm. When Lily ran to her room to grab her favorite storybook, Emma stood by the counter. Jake. I'm sorry, she whispered. He didn't respond right away. She continued softly. Leaving the way I did, shutting you out, it wasn't fair. I thought I was doing the right thing, but I hurt both of you. I know that now. Jake leaned against the counter, his shoulders heavy. I was hurt, Emma. But I never wanted Lily to lose you. Emma wiped a tear. I want to try, if you'll let me. Not for us, not like before. Just, as her mom. I want to be here. I want to show up. Jake took a long breath. The past wasn't easy to forgive. But kindness wasn't about forgetting, it was about choosing to move forward. Then start by being here tomorrow, he said. For her Christmas show. Emma smiled painfully. I'd love to. Just then Lily came running back, jumping into both their arms. Read with me. They sat together on the couch, the three of them under one blanket, reading a story about Christmas magic. And in that moment, Jake realized something. Kindness wasn't always about grand gestures. Sometimes it was about opening a door you'd closed. Sometimes it was giving someone a second chance. Sometimes it was choosing peace over pain. On Christmas morning, Jake watched from the back of the school auditorium as Lily performed on stage. Her little voice rang clear and bright. And right beside him, Emma held his hand, not as a wife, not as a partner, but as a mother standing where she belonged. When the show ended, Lily ran to them shouting, "We're all together. It's the best Christmas ever." Jake didn't know what the future held. Maybe they'd rebuild. Maybe they'd remain friends. Maybe life would lead them somewhere unexpected again. But one thing was clear. Kindness had opened the door that anger had locked. And on that Christmas Eve, a little girl's two simple words had brought a family back to life. In a world that can feel divided, rushed, and full of misunderstanding, kindness still has the power to change everything. Sometimes it looks like forgiveness. Sometimes it looks like a second chance. And sometimes, it sounds like the soft voice of a child saying, "Come home." Let this story remind us that kindness doesn't just heal others, it heals us too. And this Christmas, or any day of the year, we all hold the power to bring someone a little closer to hope.